That's a really difficult question. On the one hand, it's very familiar. Space is all around us. We can't look around the world without being aware of the distances between ourselves and other things. But what is it? It doesn't seem to be an object like this chair is an object. For example, I can put my hand through empty space. If it were an object, shouldn't it prevent my hand from moving through it? But on the other hand, it can't be nothing. If there's literally nothing between you and me, then we should be right next to each other, and we're not right next to each other. There's several feet between us. So it can't be a nothing. So is it an object in its own right? Is it something which has its own properties? So there are two different views. One view, known as substantivalism, thinks that space is an object in its own right, and it can indeed have effects on things. It can affect the way things move through space. It has a certain kind of structure. The opposing view is known as relationism, which says space is not an object in its own right. If you imagine a world where there are no objects, no material objects whatsoever, that would be a world without space. So when we talk about space, that's really an abstract way of talking about objects and their spatial properties and their relations between each other. So you do need objects to have space. Space isn't an additional object, it's just a way of talking about their size, their shape, and their distances, and so on. So we should think of space as a relation, but it's still a fundamental relation. It's a relation that we can't reduce to anything else, and that's what would make space a fundamental category. Space doesn't have to be an object in order to be fundamental.